Hello, it's Simone. Oh, I have to hold the camera right, maybe like this. I just got back from having tamales with my friend Maria, and we have to be there by 7:30 at the latest, so I had an earlier start to my day, which is kind of not true as well, because I am always up that early. But something about being somewhere at 7:30 makes it more stressful. So I just got back and I don't really know what I'm going to do today. I have an off day today. Don't have to go to work, and I have so many things on my list, my to-do list. The one that is important and the one that is creative, which is also important, but definitely has to take a step back. That I don't even know where to start. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do is make coffee. Clearly, this mini tripod doesn't work on the table with me sitting in front of it. But coffee still works. So, I have so many things on my list, as I said before. I need to clean the coffee machine. I need to clean the cat water thingy fountain, because I'm working tomorrow and I want to go grocery shopping right after. I have to do the meal plan and shopping list today. The bread baking, I don't know if I told you about that, but I can't show you the book right now because that's where the tripod is on. I borrowed a book, Bread, Toast, Crumbs, from the library, and it's amazing. So this is the fourth bread that we made, and it's like every time I make it, it's the kids and my husband and myself. Well, who am I kidding? We are just gonna gobble it down right away. So we are out of bread again, and so I'm thinking of making bread. Then what else? I mean, we always have dinner, so I have to cook dinner. Then I'm thinking of reading. I'm on a reading kick lately, and that usually happens when we have some time off and I can actually sit down to read. Then I just get into it more and I find books that I want to read, and then often when we are back into our everyday life, it fizzles out. But since it's still so close to the vacation time and holidays, I still have several books that I want to read. So I just got, which one is it? The Secret Keeper of Jaipur which is the second book of the henna artist, which I really liked. So I wanted to read that. I have it on my Kindle from the library, so I could do that. I could knit. I also wanted to make pouches. I promised 2 friends of mine one. So, and I also don't want to not shop drop pouches anymore, which, yeah, I don't know. It's the new year, for me at least, always comes with so many possibilities, and I never know. I think I heard Cindy Günther Baldo say it on her podcast the other day, that she doesn't really like the new year as a breaking point and like changing your life drastically on January 1st. But on the other hand, the enthusiasm and the energy and all the possibilities that come with January 1st are also very exciting. So I don't know, maybe I have too many possibilities today, and I'm deep down in myself, I fear that nothing is going to happen because I don't know what to do. So, and then when I went to IKEA, I found this set of cards that was reduced because Christmas was over. And I thought, that would be the best thing to just get a pack and send to all of the family and friends that don't follow me on Instagram, that aren't my artsy friends per se, to update them on our lives. So that's a project that I took on in a whim, and I'm done with writing the cards. I'm done with printing the photo and like putting together a newsletter this year. Instead of like some people do this little teeny tiny paragraph about each family member, I just went by months and wrote down key events that happened. Yeah, even though 2021 was a pandemic year, I mean, you still can get excited that you can go back to the gym for the first time in 1.5 years, right? So that's a key happening in our lives. So yeah, that's what I have to write the envelopes, and I cannot just put the address on, you know me, I have to decorate. So my goal is to decorate 1, 2, 3 envelopes each day to get them out. And then, but I thought maybe we can open my birthday calendar. That's another IKEA find. And it's actually, I think, if they have this in 2022, which is this year, I am going to get one from them, because guess what? Let me get it and I'll show you. This is the advent calendar, and this is what is inside. It is not cheap chocolate, and even for the regular price, that is a really good deal, and the chocolate really tastes well. The company Haches, I think it's a Swiss company. I mean, you can see it's part of the Tom's Group, so it's not like an independent company anymore, but they are a Swiss family chocolate company, and you can actually taste that. And so I'm like, yeah. So I bought it, and I was just going to eat it, and now there's a cat sniffling the tripod. So if you fall, that's why. And then I just wanted to eat it, and then I was like, I really do love counting down, and it's my birthday coming up soon. So what if I just started so that I can count down to my birthday? Wouldn't that be like the most fun? So day 4 is today. No, it's actually day 5. See, I don't even know what to open now. And day 5 is down here. This. And all the chocolates that I have opened up so far and eaten were really, really good. Wow. I'm going all in here. So what is this? Oh, it's a... Doesn't want to be eaten. There we go. It is a tiny mini milk chocolate bar. Cinnamon. Is it that one? Yes, that's the one. Will taste really great with my coffee. So I'm thinking of what to do still, having my coffee here. If you want to, I probably am going to flip you around, and then let me plan out my day, and then I'll take you along a tiny bit. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do today, and I'm using the Jibun Techo days as my planner. And here's my pen for it. Usually what I do is I write timed events right here. There's a timeline, so I'm just using the timeline as the starting point for my timed events, and then I am using this part. There's checkboxes right here for checklists, and I'm not normally someone who then lists out how their day is supposed to go, but I think that would be very beneficial for me today. So I'm just gonna make a list of things that I'm going to do in the order of priorities so that I will be actually able to achieve stuff. Sounds good, right? Okay, so I made a plan. I'm going to do the chores first because otherwise I'm not gonna do that. I know myself. So I'm gonna do the bread dough, and while the bread dough is rising, I'm gonna clean the coffee maker and the cat fountain, the water fountain, and then I'll do all the stuff at the table, some admin stuff and meal plan and shopping list, and in between breaks, I think in between the stuff, maybe I'll show you the cookbook, baking book, and I also would love your opinion on a project that I was working on that I'm actually thinking of frogging. So I'm talking about knitting here. Yeah, and then I have some more things to show you, and I don't know how long this is going to be and how short I'm going to put this together. So I'm trying not to film too many clips, but also show you all the things that I'm going to do today. We'll see how that is going to work out. I'm gonna enjoy my coffee with the chocolat by this brand, cinnamon. Oh, so the cinnamon is not... Do I taste cinnamon? Yeah, but it's not overwhelming. It's a very subtle taste, which goes really well with my coffee, which is a very special Guatemala blend. No, it's not a blend, it's an origin. It was super expensive. It was like this much, but it was well worth it. My husband, can you believe? My husband said, I don't taste the difference. I'm like, are you serious? There's so much flavor in this coffee. And can you believe this? I wouldn't have said that like 4 years ago. I was such a coffee snob, and me working at Starbucks has actually made me become aware of what coffee can do. I'm only espresso and cold brew person, but so good if done right. Okay, so I think I have like 15 minutes left on my 1.5 hour dough rising timer, and I've done all of my chores, like the cleaning stuff. The only thing that I still need to do is the meal plan, and I wanted to show you how I do that because it's like elaborate. No, it's not. It's just, it helps me actually make food, because for some reason, I get stressed out when I don't know what I'm cooking. I just make this monthly overview, and then I pencil in all the meals that we regularly make and like. And I do have this half letter size binder with clear page protectors, and then I put the recipes in there. And these in the front here are the recipes that are the ones that we are going to make this week. And then in the back, that is all the stuff that we eat on a regular basis. So what I do usually is just I go through, flip through this and look what I'm craving for, or what we haven't had in a while, pick them all out. And then I sort them so that I used to have this whole system, like one soup, one meal with potatoes, one meal with noodles-ish, spaghetti, something like that, one meal with rice, that's 4. Then we always make pizza, that's 5. Something that takes a little bit more time for a Sunday, usually. And then we've been eating finger food on Saturdays forever, because we just eat in front of the TV, because that's family movie night. So most of the times Friday and Saturday. So Friday's pizza night, we eat the pizza in front of the TV, and then finger food is also eaten in front of the TV. The rest, we sit together as a family and eat. Do I still have coffee here? Nope, doesn't look like it. So, and then what I do, I go through, I sort them-ish. I make my meal plan, I pencil it in here. I also put it into our calendar on the computer. We use Google Calendar. Everyone can look at it. And when I'm out and about and I don't know what we are having, I don't have to think, well, I don't remember what's on this list. I can just look. Especially when I'm shopping and I'm like, it doesn't feel like I got everything. I can check, did I actually really write everything down? So then I take all of them out, put them in the front. The ones that we already made are being put back. And then the reason why I do this is because, first of all, my kids, Alexa, stop. My kids help cooking when they're home. Some of them are really into the cooking thing. And wow, now I've lost my train of thought because I got a text message. And it also helps me when I'm making my shopping list. I go through the recipes and I can just look, do we need this? Do I have to check the fridge? Whatever. And then I just flip through and cook. And this has really helped a lot. It's not pretty, and the page protectors, you can see that this is used in the kitchen. It's greasy and grimy. I actually don't care. It helps. And especially when when I'm not home, and maybe something is holding me up, or I remember, well, I have to start this now. I can text the person that is home and say, you know what, can you start dinner? And my kids are old enough now that they actually can, and they just follow the recipe. I have some of them I have written down because this one is from a friend. The ones that I remember, or that I read somewhere, I made it because I looked at the website. What is is this? Is this correct? It looks like this is not normal. I have to check in the bathroom. But I don't really care, so I'm just gonna finish this and then I'll check. And you will see if this is gone or not, but this is so irritating. Alrighty, so the ones where I just write down, like, let me check. I don't have one right here, up here. Maybe I made it so many times that I know exactly what goes in there, but I made one as a placeholder. So I maybe wrote down some of the ingredients and then like put it in a pot, cook. That's when my kids complain most. They're like, Mom, this is not, what am I supposed to do with this? How? And then sometimes I change the ingredients, but I haven't noted it down. So it's like, this is not what it usually looks like when you make it. So why is this so? But it's super helpful. I don't know when I got that fear of meal planning and stressing out about not having something to eat. I mean, I remember when that was, when my kids were little and I was a stay-at-home mom. We would cook our warm meal that people eat around dinner time here, during lunchtime in Germany, and I would have to pick them up and have dinner ready. And if I started late and procrastinated and maybe didn't even know what I'm going to make, it would always end up in such a stressful time. The kids would be cranky. I would have to run out of the house, stop what I'm doing to pick them up. It was so bad. That's where that is coming from. But with this, if you buy this and call 1-800 no more meal plan problems, then your problems will be solved. It's super easy to do. Doesn't require a lot of work. I usually just print the recipes. When I test a new recipe, I print it, put it in a thing, we try it, we decide now we don't like it, we toss the recipe, or we keep it and put it in the regular rotation. That's how that works for me. And I'm gonna go and work on that right now after I'm done with putting the bread and stuff away. So, I wanted to show you the knitting stuff, and I've been, the last time I showed you my finished shawl, which was very inspiring to start or finish up other things. And so I decided to pull out these socks that I started as my Christmas cast on last year. I did not cast on any socks this year because I decided I'm going to focus on finishing up things. Maybe this year, next Christmas, I'm going to be more in the realms of actually being able to start something new. I would love to join in with the 12 cast-ons with Ange. Who knows? Maybe just one or two, but yeah. So I would love to, my goal, I actually set goals for this year, which is interesting because last year I fell off in March after we moved. Oh, there's a cat coming. But my goal is to finish one shawl, to work on socks, because they're just so easy to make. And now I have Birkenstocks that I would love to wear my self-striping socks and all the funny hand knit socks with my Birkenstocks. So yeah, there is an incentive This cat is just coming here wanting to be belly rubbed. Yeah, he sometimes likes belly rubs. Okay, so, but what I was going to come here, ow, cat, stop it, please, is to show you this shawl that is almost completed. I think I need one more color, work in one more color, but my problem is that I don't like this very intense green. I like this, and I like this, and I like how these colors go well together, but I think that this green is just too green. There is no color variation as in the other colors. And so even though I'm almost done, I'm actually thinking of frogging the whole thing for 2 reasons. I don't really think that I'm going to use this. I have some issues. You know me, I tell you all the time, I'm very black and white kind of person, and either it's right or it's wrong. There's no grayscale, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. In this case, I do have some issues with the designer of this shawl, and it just doesn't bring me joy to work on this. And since I don't really like the green, maybe I should frog it and go for something else. So, stop. Since I'm mostly knitting for my own enjoyment, I don't think that here where I live I need 20 million shawls. Maybe I should just frog it and then put the yarn into different other projects. Let me know what you think, because I'm leaning more towards frogging than keeping, if that makes sense. So, yeah. See, with this one, that I'm in the middle of a row. Who does that? Who stops knitting in the middle of a row? This is a shawl by Tina C. And I really like how the colors play with each other. This one is this is a neutral color, but it does have some color specks. Then I have this is not a self-striping, but it's very colorful. I think it's called Mojave Desert, maybe, not sure. And then this blue, even though it's also a very solid blue, does have more color variation, or it doesn't look as bad as the green does in the other shawl. So yeah, I really I started this in 2020 and it's still not finished, but that is, I think, the one that I would love to finish this upcoming year. And then one more goal is to start another cardigan, because I see that is something that I would actually wear. I have one. The fit is not really the greatest, but I would wear it more. So I'm thinking of maybe using that yarn from here for that cardigan, jumper thingy, whatever. So it's almost 9 minutes. That's how much my timer is left for the rye bread. Let's check on the bread and see how it's doing, and then I'm gonna go for a walk. Wow, can you see that? It's still super warm, but this is what it looks like. And you can hear when you put it the sound. That's what it's supposed to sound like. So I guess they, talking about the teenagers, will eat up most of this bread when they get home from school today as a snack. This leaf, it's almost gone. There's only a skeleton left. I love this. Hey. Are you done? To try what this looks like, because, and I also love the crust, so I'm making sure that I'm getting this one. It definitely sounds amazing and smells good. Here's what it looks like. I think what I'm going to do, this is my test. First of all, I'm gonna stick my tongue to it. Put some butter and Nutella on it because you can never go wrong with a taste test with Nutella. Because if the bread is too sweet, I personally feel like your bread needs to have some sort of taste in order to make the sweet, to balance out the sweetness, and that only works if there's enough salt in the bread. And yes, I am putting butter underneath Nutella. There's no other way to eat Nutella bread. So, I still do this wrong, right? I need to look at the green light, but I don't. Let's try this. This is amazing, so good. Hello. So I am writing the envelopes, and I just wanted to, just like this. I have these Shikiori brush pens, and I really like how the Jewel Tones Zebra click art pens match up really nicely with them, like this and this, and the orange right here. Well, haha, look at this. Here, this one matches nicely, orange and orange. And what else do I have? This green and this green. I just really like it, and especially when when writing on envelopes, yeah, I really like to kind of brush letter, not really, the name, and then write the rest with regular caps or other. What am I talking about? You know, and I really like the line width of the click art for the rest of the address. I am walking all of those letters to the mailbox right now, and yeah, I'm excited about that, and I think I'll turn the camera around one more time. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me today for this little vlog. I hope it wasn't too long or too short. We will see. Yeah, I would love to do these more often. Let's see how that works. Next week I have another day off, so maybe I'll take you along my day then as well. Bye. Well, maybe I need to add one more clip. It is 5:21 p.m. I finished this, I don't know, at 1 p.m. This is how much is left. Wow.